Yeah, the economy sucks. It does. Everything is up. Prices are up. Rent's up. Groceries. You can't even spend $50 and you get two cans of pasta. It's fucking ridiculous. But you know what really sucks is the attitude of constantly seeking and never giving. What sucks more than any economy is a lack of altruism, a lack of self-sacrifice. This attitude sucks of kicking the can down the road for the next generation so that the future pays our bills. And now all of a sudden it's the future. And here we are paying for it. I'm not an economist, but I would suspect that a great deal of our modern problems might have something to do with past economic mistakes and excess. Put it all on the credit card, and now the bills are due. But that same attitude works in employment in terms of work. I can't tell you how many times I have heard in my working life. I'm 30 now. I've been working since I was 18, consistently. I can't tell you how many times I've heard something to the effect of, well, first shift doesn't do shit for us. So why are we going to mop the floor for them? Well, they don't do this, so why would we do that for them? And you know what? Every time I heard that, I always thought, but we're not them. I tell you what, if in my life, I don't know about you, which I'm sure it's true for many of you too, but in my life, if I would have acted exclusively according to how I was treated, I'd be a shit person. But I am not thee. I am not he. I am not the person that does not do for me. And this is nothing but leadership. That's what, in part, that's what religion calls for. And you may be thinking, what does that have anything to do with religion? It has everything to do with religion. It has everything to do with God consciousness. To think, I'm not going to do this thing to this person just because they did it to me. I'm going to take the higher road. I'm going to take the moral leadership. I'm going to take the baton and take it further and go forward, not back. Revenge, retribution, enacting our own karma, that's going backwards. That's like somebody hitting you on your back and you turning around and going to where they are back there. But it's a scary thing. Because like with the work example, say you work third shift at a donut shop. And you work third shift. First shift comes in. They don't have to do shit. All the product is stacked. The floors are mopped. The grease and sugar is cleaned off of the fryers because of third shift. First shift comes in, everything's on a silver platter. First shift leaves a huge mess for second shift to pick up. Where was I going with that? Oh, yeah. So, how they are treated is how I'd like to be treated as third shift. But I don't do it for them. I don't mop the floors for them. I don't stack the donuts for them. You do it for honor. You do it for your own self. You do it for yourself before a moral God. If that's what it takes. It might sound silly. This is a meaningless gig I'm in. I don't give a shit about donuts, about burgers. I don't give a shit about this. But it's reflective of you, your honor. If you're going to mop the floor, mop it honorably. If you're going to flip burgers, flip it honorably. Whatever you do, honorably. Because one day, you'll see you're making decisions a lot bigger than those. And you'll be doing it honorably. The economy sucks. But what really sucks is honorlessness. The idea that it's about me. It's all about me. It's all about how I am most comfortable. Not picking up the slack. They don't pick up the slack, why should I? Because you live by a different standard, and you live for yourself. You live for your own standard. You have your own honor. Other people don't determine what you do. That's moral leadership. And there's a lot of followers. And now we're beginning to see this unravel. To no surprise, we're beginning to see shit fall apart. I wonder why. Because no one's willing to sacrifice. I don't want to say no one. There's many people who do. But increasingly, people are unwilling to sacrifice. Theft, all-time high. What is theft? But the manifestation physically of that attitude of selfishness. That's what theft is. This person put in their honest labor into creating this thing, this product. Now I am just going to take it. I'm going to deprive them of the reward of their labor. That guy steals, I should steal too. If everybody's a thief, who's making the shit? That attitude is gone. That attitude only leads to void. And look where it's leading. The economy does suck. Prices are high. Inflation is out of control. But you know what? The economy, in a sense, is a result of attitude. It's a result of collective ethic or lack thereof. And everyone pays for it. Mostly, unless you're a multi-billionaire. Then you won't be able to buy your 7th yacht. But, by and large, the population pays for it collectively. Because you know what? There really is no collective. There's no real collective. There ought to be. But there's no collective attitude. When there's no collective attitude, there's no collective prosperity. Dog eat dog. Every man for himself, every woman for herself. If that changes gradually, we'll begin to see gradual results that are lasting. But we've lost, in many ways, that Republican attitude. I don't mean right wing. I mean republic. The old attitude, the old farmer, the old laborer who actually built this country and built every empire, every nation that's ever existed. Their legacy is what we live. Their legacy is what feeds us currently. The only reason I have this shelter, the only reason I have food in my fridge is because of the legacy of people who sacrificed. But we've stopped sacrificing. Perhaps a while ago. And when we stop sacrificing, we stop being rewarded. That's the only real problem. Forget this fucking legislation. Forget the parties. Democrat, Republican, left, right, up, down. Doesn't matter if there's no attitude. If the weather inside is shitty, the weather outside's gonna be shitty. All this legislation shit, all these politicians they shuffle around, this is stupid. They all say opposing things that are the same. They're all hypocrites. Every one of them. It doesn't matter the party. It doesn't matter the club. Someone's gonna lose. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of losing. I'm real tired of it. Especially when the solution is as simple as a change of perspective. Moral richness translates into actual richness. That connection is lost. Only an ethical society produces a prosperous economy. Only an ethical one. And then from that prosperous economy, that state of abundance, in come the demons over time of entitlement. In come the demons of decadence, greed, and avarice, complacency, self-centeredness, egotism, the pursuit of one's goals at the expense of others. That collective, that old republic, that old Republican attitude dissolves. And there is no collective. And everyone's on their own, stealing from each other just to survive. Sure, over time, we can get through this motion. We can go through the process. We can all fall. And at one point, it'll reemerge. Sure. But we don't have to go through that. We can learn the hard way. Or we can remember the easy way. And the easy way is nothing but a change of heart. I guarantee, looking at history, I guarantee a change of heart is the only thing it would take to turn actual things around. I'm not talking about some philosophical sophism where it's just philosophy and meaningless drivel. It's some political speech and bullshit. I'm talking about tangible, real results. Food, money, shelter, housing, cars, tangible things that affect us in a tangible way in our life. That attitude, that general zeitgeist, that general spirit of a nation results in things like this. There is a direct connection, a relevant, alive, and direct connection between the state of a nation's attitude and the state of its actual prosperity. Don't let people fool you that this shit doesn't matter. It's all that matters.